Where did you grow up?
I grew up in a little town in Connecticut called Jewett City. It's a borough of another larger town. It had a population of under 1,000 people.
Tell us about your family.
I am one of 6 kids. I have 2 brothers and 3 sisters. My youngest brother passed away in infancy, so 5 of us grew up together. I'm married. I have 4 children, and I'm about to adopt 2 more children, real young ones, so my family's about to grow again. And I've been married for a very long time.
Tell us about your years in high school.
My years in high school were, it was a tough time. Where I grew up, being such a small town and not a lot to do, most of my friends were getting in trouble, and there was a lot of things happening in my community that were not good, so I put everything I had into school. I played baseball, basketball, football. I was in the band. I was in choir. I even did school plays. I did everything I could to keep myself out of trouble by staying in school. I did have a reputation of being a little bit of a troublemaker, but I always did good in school because that was what was going to save me from a life I didn't want.
What was a pivotal moment in your teenage years?
My teenage years, it was during middle of high school. Like I think I said earlier, things were happening in my community, and many of my friends around my age started disappearing, and the community put together a search team to go out and look for 2 girls that I went to school with, and we never found them, but the police ended up finding their killer later on. And it made such an impact on me that I decided I was going to devote my life to helping people. And I joined a local fire department and became through a cadet program, and I loved it. And I was a firefighter for the next 18 years.
What jobs did you have in high school?
High school, my jobs were, I was a waiter, I was a busboy, I was a dishwasher, I worked at a local convenience store. It was anything I could do to make a few extra dollars and help support my family.
What's the funniest thing you can think of that happened to you in high school?
I would think it would have to be, I was always into theater, and I did a play, Grease, in fact. I took on one of the lead roles as Kinnicky, and it was a very small stage, and it was during dress rehearsals. I got real close to the edge of the stage and got really into dancing and fell right off the stage.
Tell us a little bit about your college experience.
College experience. I wanted to go to college right out of high school, and I had been accepted to go to Johnson & Wales to become a chef, but I didn't have the money. So I ended up going out and getting a job in the real world and trying to make a life, and I ended up getting married and having kids, and that led to a career. And I did not go to college until I was in my early 40s, and I chose to go to University of Mississippi, and I thought I was going to be something to do with science, and it's not where it led me.
How did you choose the college to attend?
I chose University of Mississippi because, well, they offered me the best chance financially to get back to school. I had done a couple of night classes at Northwest, and I saw something called the 2+2 program, and it interested me, and I signed up for it, and I got a lot of financial opportunities to go to University of Mississippi.
How did you choose your profession? Did you originally plan on being a teacher?
I didn't plan on being a teacher. Teaching found me. I had started, like I said, I think I was a science major, and I wanted to do something in the science field. And I had a teacher, one of my professors, pulled me aside one day and said, "You're a natural teacher. I watch how you help other students in class. you should look into teaching. And so I did, and I fell in love with it.
What's something outside of school that you're passionate about?
I love to cook. Love to cook, especially if it's outside on a grill. But I just love to cook. That was what I wanted to do right out of high school, was to become a chef. So that passion stayed. I just did not make a career of it.
Tell us something that you've always dreamed about doing. Something on your bucket list.
On my bucket list, I love to travel. I travel all over the place. I've been to many different countries and states and places. One place I've never been, but I want to go is, I want to go to Greece and check out the culture and, you know, see the Pantheon and all the other things that you read about in history books.
What's something that students may not know about you?
Something my students might not know about me is, for a time, I was a private investigator. I did a lot of private investigations and accident recreation, workman's comp claims, people who were trying to get over on the system. I did a lot of those type of investigations.
What's something you love about this school?
I know it probably sounds cliche, but I love the students. There's such a wide variety of personalities and backgrounds, but they're all wonderful. We all have our days and we all have our moments, but when push comes to shove, the relationship I've built with the students in this school, I wouldn't replace for anything.